Welcome folks! Continuing the good tradition on this channel and also to celebrate the fact I'm still alive, here goes yet another showcase of Skyrim mods of all possible types, great in their features but having gained not enough deserved attention for whatever reason. Skyrim Hidden Gem Mods Episode 14. Always brief, informative and with at least couple mods for you to discover for your own setup. Make yourself comfortable and let's go! Atronach Friendly Fire is a small, simple mod with a notable impact on gameplay. Hitting Atronach with a spell or enchanted weapon of certain element that matches Atronach's own element will now heal them instead of doing nothing. Extremely simple change, but with a large tactical impact you can actually use to your favor in combat. Mystical Materials adds synergy buff properties to weapons and armor crafting materials that will buff matching enchantments that placed on them. 9 materials – Silver, Orichalcum, Stalhrim, Dwarven, Moonstone, Ebony, Daedric and Dragon Bones – are now classified as mystical materials, where each of them is providing boost to enchantments of specific type. For instance, Dwarven, Ebony and Dragonbone made items result in stronger enchantments of Fire, Health and Frenzy types. Moonstone and Malachite, glass weapons and armors, result in stronger Shock, Magicka and Silence enchantments, while Stalhrim improves Frost, Stamina and Paralyze ones, and so on and so forth. This is a simple feature, but it provides a nice and lore-friendly gameplay impact to give you an extra possibility to expand roleplay and do a tactical approach to crafting and enchanting. Detailed Carriages 2.0 is one of those mods that seamlessly integrate themselves into the game, as it would always been there from the start. It gives unique look to all Skyrim carriages, adding covers and countless immersive details, depending on the region. With this mod, carriages feel more like an actual travel service where you lay down your belongings and such instead of just bare wooden cabs. It also provides compatibility patches for many popular mods that change settlements, as well as for well-known carriage and ferry travel overhaul mod. In vanilla Skyrim, certain actions will not trigger even just a simple curiosity from nearby NPCs, no matter what. With the Noisy Thief mod, there is a chance you'll make noise and alert enemies when taking an item based on the item's weight, and optional detection when breaking a lockpick or extinguishing a wall torch. Note that this is just an alerted state and not an instant combat mode. You can still avoid detection normally, but it will feel a bit more organic. Mod is also fully configurable in MCM, so you can make it as hard or as easy as you want. Whiterun has walls redone, does exactly what its name says, but in what magnificent and effective way. It makes Whiterun into a hold capital it deserves to be, and how it was described in Elder Scrolls lore: fortifications, walls and towers, both outside and inside the city, not just cosmetic, but also with lighting and fully nav mesh so you can walk them and guards can patrol them. It is also made with compatibility in mind to begin with and provides extensive collection of patches, working perfectly fine in my over 2000 mod setup, where at least 15 different mods are affecting Whiterun area. The next showcase today is not a single specific mod, but rather a same type of small mods from the same author. FrankBlack's base object swapper mods bring a new level of immersion to Skyrim by providing a diverse look to previously mundane objects that you got used to always looking the same. For instance, fishing racks will look slightly different every time. Different number and type of caught fish on them, different positions of instruments and so on. Different materials and colors of archery targets depending on the hold, slightly different size and shape of candles. Yep, they were all of the same size before, in like 2 or 3 variations maybe, for entire game that has probably like hundreds, thousands of candles in total. Farm fences of different shape, covered with snow or plants, firewood stacks of different size, tanning racks with different skins being processed on them, and many other changes of such kind. The best part is, as it's done through base object swapper, this brings the probability of compatibility issues to nearly zero. Animated dog feeding allows you to give a decent selection of vanilla foods to dogs, so they can happily eat the snack with an animation. Simple and cute for every dog person out there. And now today's 3 finalists. I'm a long-time Dragon Age series fan, and for this video I thought why not to find a mod which would be related to it, qualitative and underrated. And Dragon Age Spells Redux hits the bingo in everything. The mod features 21 spells, with both custom mechanics and visual effects, from the world of Thedas straight into Skyrim. Paralyze and damage your enemy with Crushing Prison, and send a hideous swarm of insects that will jump on up to 5 enemies if killing the previous target before expiring. Cast a local mini earthquake that will not damage the enemies, but knock them down every few seconds instead, being a great synergy for a spell sword or just a heavy warrior with a decent mana pool. A dire situation, no worries. Protect yourself with Force Field that will make you unable to move but totally invincible for its duration. Too many mages around, use Mana Clash that saps out their magicka and deals damage proportional to magicka they lost. Want to show off some pushing power? Use the Stone Fist to damage and push your enemies back. These were just 6 out of 21 spells in total. They are made so well mechanically and visually, and also balanced for Skyrim accordingly, that honestly it is just an amazing spell pack for any setup and any taste, no matter if you ever played Dragon Age or not. Skyrim Arrow Overhaul completely changed the way archery works in Skyrim, and while several other mods in history were attempting to do the same on a different scale, this one is probably one of the most underrated of them all, with a rare result where multiple different parts related to different mechanics all actually play well together. Described briefly, its feature set can be divided in 4 parts. First and foremost, arrows and armor. There are now many different arrow types, each with own look and effects, being strong or weak against different kind of targets. Some do less damage in general, but penetrate heavy armor really well. Others do more damage in general and cause bleeding to light armored or unarmored targets, or deal much less damage to humans and animals, but can knock enemies down and be highly effective against skeletons and dwarven automatons. There are several other special arrows too, elemental arrows that can burn, freeze and disarm the enemies, or even whistle arrows that emit sound when flying so you can scout the area with them, and some others. Quivers and bow weight. You can not just hold unlimited numbers of arrows anymore, and your quiver now only holds certain number of arrows, with quiver capacity growing from lower to higher item tiers. This said, you can greatly increase the capacity multiplier in mods MCM to make this mechanic easier to tackle with. Drawing a bow consumes stamina, and bows differ in weight, with heavier war bows like Daedric or Dragonbone ones cost more stamina to draw, so it's better to begin from simpler ones until you invest enough into stamina. Locational damage. Shooting legs and arms causes less damage, body damage is normal, and shooting head or neck causes double damage at base. But due to special effects of certain arrows and perks, limb shots, despite lower damage, can become absolutely debilitating in terms of debuffs, neck damage can grow even higher, and so on. Use different arrows smartly and your shooting style wisely, and you will be able to defeat any enemy without problems. Perks for archery are now separated in 4 branches. Each branch provides a certain part of archer specialization, allowing different playstyles. Fletcher is all about utility and crafting arrows, even in the field. Trickshot is about knowing your enemy's weak spots and damaging them even more with specific arrows on top of locational damage system itself. Focus is basically vanilla plus branch oriented on general aiming and movement skills with the bow, and Strength is all about the kinetic force of either arrow or bow you can apply in different situations. The last and tiniest mod of today's showcase, JS Misplaced Septims, is only 3 kilobytes in size, but with an immersive impact. It's absolutely normal for people to sometimes drop a few coins from their pockets when running around or standing up. And so it is now in Skyrim. NPCs that are carrying gold will now have a chance to drop up to 3 septims when getting up from certain furniture. Then, there is also a chance for them to either notice this and pick up the coins or forget about it, so you can sneak around and steal it afterwards. NPCs that do not have septims in their inventory to begin with will not drop anything. Both chances to drop and forget are configurable in the mod's ini file. That's it for now, folks. I hope you have found a few mods that pique your interest. There are many more hidden and not gem mods in my complete modding guide, which has received another update lately, and you can always ask for a recommendation or two in our Discord. If you want to support my work, hop at my Patreon page, link down below. Stay tuned, stay safe, and stay happy. Scimitar here, signing out.